Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. Today we're talking about Deep Space Nine, this particular episode called Shakaar. And we've seen this kind of episode before. Let's send Kira down to try to convince someone to do something good for them or good for the planet. They did that before with Brian Keith as the guest star. He had to evacuate and he wasn't going to, and Kira was sent down to argue with him, and then they became close friends, and it all ended the way he wanted it to. And I saw another one coming with this episode, and it's disappointing because with a few variations on it, it was pretty much the same thing. Kira is sent down to talk to somebody because she's so persuasive, but she can't persuade anybody of anything. She can't persuade Kai Wynn to compromise. She can't convince Shakaar to compromise. And they go into a completely ridiculous situation to where they are going on the run and hoping to outrun their own people who were also in the resistance that worked against the Cardassians. And when it all comes down to it, it comes to nothing. They decide, well, we're going to just meet with the other side, and they're going to change their minds completely, which they did. And they all now support Shakaar for the new leader, and they're going to hold a free election, and Kai Wynn can't do anything about it, and end of the show. Not likely. Kai Wynn, first of all, knows how to hold on to power, and she's ruthless. She wouldn't just give up like that, first of all. She would put everybody under arrest, and nobody would say anything. And if they did, she would go with her holier-than-thou act and still win. This was a badly, badly written episode, and while the acting was good by the people there, it just never connected. And the B story, where O'Brien is having a winning streak at darts, and Quark is running bets on him at 10 to 1, 15 to 1, whatever to 1. And suddenly O'Brien throws out his shoulder. I was hoping at least that that was a way to kind of get back at Quark for betting and making money on just something he was doing for recreation. It sounded like something that might have happened, that he and Bashir were together on this kind of thing. There wasn't an injured shoulder at all, and they were just going to kind of stick it to Quark. That's what you do for being so greedy. But instead, it was all done very honestly, and it was just the end of O'Brien's streak. And it just a lot of things that just came to nothing. And I found it, just give me something interesting. Let me know why 2 pieces of farm equipment were all that Bajor had in order to do all its crops, that they can't share replicator technology. I mean, they are an advanced civilization. Certainly the Cardassians had replicators. They've been using them, and industrial replicators are not hard to get. Probably the Federation would loan them to them, especially to increase the impact of farming on Bajor. That's something that would be likely that they could ask for and they could get. So this whole thing of them being dirt farmers, that they're out plowing and only have this one soil reclamator or whatever it is, just doesn't ring true with what we know about the Star Trek universe. You don't have this matter of famine on a Federation-protected planet, which, while they're not a member of the Federation, they're certainly being watched over by the Federation presence on Deep Space Nine, and the Cardassians must have left replicators during their occupation. So none of it makes sense. None of it adds up. None of it is a reason to even have a story. So despite the fact that there's some good acting on here, it just wasn't enjoyable. It was just something, okay, somebody needed to get off on a Friday, so let's hurry up and slap this story down, film it, and go on to the next thing. Well, me too. I'd like to know what you think about it. Please put it in the comments below, and we'll see you next week with some different things. And until then, don't go far.